The title of this video is going to be Know What You Own. A lot of people I talk to, like a lot of clients, they really don't know what they own. Like they don't know if it's a debt instrument. They don't know if they're buying stock. They don't know, are they buying gold? Are they buying silver? What kind of are they buying real crypto? Everyone. So the title of this video is going to be Know What You Own. A lot of people I talk to, like a lot of clients, they really don't know what they own. Like it's kind of surprising. They wire money to people and they're saying that they're buying something for them, assets, but they don't really know what they own. They don't know if it's a debt instrument. They don't know if they're buying stock. They don't know if they're buying membership interest in an LLC. Are they buying gold? Are they buying silver? What kind of silver? What kind of gold are they buying? Are they buying real crypto? Are they buying an IOU of a crypto? They just don't know. And that's something that I want you, as a follower of this channel, to know what you own. Okay? So let's go into a little detail. What do I mean specifically? Okay? So let's say you buy shares of a company. Okay? Get the stock certificates so that you know that, hey, make sure that the stock certificates are in your name. If you want, there are different mechanisms for asset protection and legacy planning that we'll talk in later videos. But for the sake of this conversation, at least have it in your name. And if you don't have it in your name, then figure out what you actually own. Okay, so like let's say you buy stock on Robinhood or Charles Schwab. Do they mail you stock certificates? Probably not. They send you a statement. Okay. If you buy bonds, do they send you the bond certificate showing you that somebody owes you such and such amount of money, meaning interest plus a principal? When is the principal due? When is the interest payments due? Are you getting a bond note? If you're not, then what do you own? Do you get a statement? What does that statement mean? So typically, it used to be back in the 1970s and prior that the stockbroker would actually mail you stock certificates, and they would mail you the bond certificates, bond notes, and you actually know that you own those things, and then they would send you the money. You would not get those statements. You would actually have to report it on your 1040 yourself. There was no, these brokerage houses didn't really report to IRS, and there was no 1099-B back then. But now there's 1099-B, and you don't actually own the stocks. You don't own the bonds that you buy from your financial advisor. What you own is in stock. Okay. If you buy bonds on Robinhood, Charles Schwab, Fidelity, Merrill Lynch, Goldman Sachs, I don't care where you buy them. As long as it's a broker dealer and you're buying it, you're buying it. Okay. So you own beneficial ownership interest. Okay. And you're like, Zishan, what does that mean? Okay. So you own you own the price appreciation or the decrease of that actual stock. Okay. The stock is not legally owned by you. It's owned by a private organization called Depository Trust Clearing Corporation. They are the custodians, okay, and they hold the stock for a large part of our country. And there's one in Europe as well. And they have their own Depository Trust Clearing Corporation has their own shareholders, okay, and they own the stock. They have legal title. So they are the ultimate creditor in the event that the company goes bankrupt. You lose all your money. Okay, that's how it works. You just own beneficial ownership interest. Type in Larry Fink, beneficial ownership interest. He will even refer to it. He does not refer to you as the owner. If you buy the ETF, what you're buying, okay, is the beneficial ownership interest of the derivative. Okay, that derivative owns a pool of stocks, bonds, whatever it owns. Okay, so you have a beneficial ownership of an IOU. Okay, and then that IOU owns the stock certificates. Okay, it has an account, and then at that account, at Depository Trust Clearing Corporation, it has it in their account. But legal title always is held by Depository Trust Clearing Corporation. Okay, you don't own it. Okay, you own the price appreciation. It's very critical that you understand this concept. Please, like, if this doesn't make sense to you, add it to comments. I'll make another video. Okay, maybe I'll go live and then we'll talk about it then. Okay, but just be like, hey, Zishan, you gotta talk it like live. But this is something that's very critical. This is why, like, no matter how much prices of stocks go up, like, I can't buy it because I don't know if I own it. Like how I talked about Link2. Okay, I talked about Link2 years ago, and now they're declaring bankruptcy, and people are realizing, wait, do I really own this stuff or not? And they're all worried. Okay, same stuff can happen with public stocks, public bonds. Okay, options. Okay, another thing are crypto. How do you know if you own it? Until you hold it in a private wallet, you have custody of it. So move it to a private wallet. Okay, very important. When you have it on the exchanges, it's the exchanges, and they're going to make it a lot harder with the new 1099 DA rules, and I'll make a separate video about that. But know what you own. If you own real estate, make sure you have legal title to real estate. Okay? If you buy shares of a private stock, make sure the stock is in your name or the trust name based off what your attorney and CPA tell you about. Okay? If you own a lien against somebody's property, make sure it's properly recorded at the county clerk's office. Okay? There are a lot of lien holders these days, and like this is a separate video I'm going to make that they just because you're getting 14%, 14%, if somebody promises you 14% rate of return, 14% rate of return on zero is zero. Okay, so be very careful who you do business with on those people when they promise you 12 to 20%. There's going to be a lot of these nefarious actors out there. Even on the DeFi side, they're going to get you. What I'm going to do, okay? This is, you don't have to do what I'm about to do, but what I'm going to do is once I take my profits from XRP, I take my capital out. I'm going to put that capital to Swiss bonds. Okay. I'm just putting it straight to Swiss bonds. I'll put some in treasuries and then I'll forget about it. I might lose money on the upside. I'm okay. I think though, for me personally, that's what I'm going to do. That's just how I operate. Okay. And then later on, when people are crying for money and I see blood on the streets, I might dip my feet back in and I'll post on this channel whenever I do. But I'm just trying to protect you guys from nefarious actors. Okay. So this is know what you owe. It's a very important aspect. Please add comments. I'm gonna try to give my hardest to give you more details on whatever you guys have. Just ask me like, hey Zishan, I own like such and such shares. Okay, tell me what I own, and I'll just go through the comments and we'll make a video on that. Okay, so I'll see you in the next one. Bye.